Hello, good morning, and welcome to my live program. This program is known as Know Your Budget, and we are always here every Monday, 3 p.m. Nigerian time. We couldn't meet up with our problem that was having yesterday, so that's why we're here this morning. This program is powered by Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. You remember every time we come here, we talked about budget, misappropriation of funds, and even uh, what is all to be done to the Nigerian government, ministries, agencies, things that are supposed to be done and those that are not supposed to, and how individuals in the government sit on their own, loot some money, keep in their positions while the rest of Nigerians suffered. Today, we will be talking about let me bring it up for you, the 4 point something, 1 point something billion that the Nigerian government give out to the Niger to help them contain insecurity. It keeps people wondering that, okay, why? As in, why? I don't need to tell you why. We are all here. Feel free to send comments here. What do you think about this? For 1.4 billion to another country to help them tackle insecurity, our neighboring countries, Nigeria, the giants of Africa. So let's take a break. When I come back, we will continue from here. Come back. So today we are talking about why did Nigerian government give out 1.4 billion to the Niger government? On a normal note, it is a very fantastic decision to take. When we have insecurity in the country, your neighboring countries are having some insecurity, knowing fully well that Nigerian is a giant of Africa in West Africa here. And your neighboring country, especially in the sub-Sahel, that there is a climate change, the foreigners are trooping in, and as such, in our security is not guaranteed. On a normal note, it is a very fantastic decision that Nigerian government give out some support to the neighboring countries to help them tackle insecurity, because if they are not sleeping with their eyes closed, so has we Nigeria will not sleep with our eyes closed. Now, when you look at the country, the present situation of Nigeria now, you cannot travel from here to Abuja with a free mind. You cannot travel from here to Abuja with a free mind. You cannot travel to Kaduna with a free mind. You cannot travel to Kano. You cannot travel to Port Harcourt. You cannot travel to all part of the country with a free mind. Something is waiting for you. Either terrorists, banditry, kidnappers, something is waiting for you. You will get apprehended, they take you to the bush, they torture you, they do all manner of things to a point you may lose your life. Nobody cares. I was coming back from somewhere yesterday. I was now looking at, I saw DSS passing through my way. I moved forward, I saw civil security and civil defense officers. I keep wondering, does it mean that it's because we have, does it mean that all these security agencies in Nigeria are not working, or there is something we need to know? The army alone they are large enough to contain insecurity. Of course, that is the job of the army. The police are enough to handle both the insecurity and the civil issues. And then we have the secret, the Department of the DSS, the Department of State Security. They are enough. Now, you bring up civil defense. Honestly speaking, if anybody knows about civil defense, what exactly is their job, should send it here for me. To me, I'm not saying that they are employed and I have issues with that, but what are their jobs? We have a whole lot of insecurity. An individual can decide and look at you, shoot you down in this country. They can get you arrested, keep you under their custody, deny you access to your lawyers, deny you access to your family, keep you quietly until maybe you died. Nobody will know where you are. Go to correctional centers. I don't call it correctional center. Go to prisons. When they are correcting you, you should know the environment you are staying. If you go to a prison, you know what exactly a prison is. Then they keep you until you die. The rate of insecurity, when we talk about insecurity, you thought it's just because of Fulani herdsmen, banditry, kidnappers. No. Everything about here, this our country, is insecure. Food insecurity, everything. Just name them. Are we talking about the kidnappers? Are we talking about the terrorists? Are we talking about those that will look at you and kill you? Are we talking about the legalized armed robbery? Legalized one, federal government standard. Because you cannot imagine a police officer arresting you, denying you access to your lawyers, denying you access to your family, denying you access of taking you to court. Is that not an insecurity? That's why I call them legalized federal government kidnappers. Because if not that you kidnapped me, you can imagine somebody staying in a cell for a whole 2 months. Cell, police cell, not prison. Is that not insecurity? Food is increasing on daily basis. Now, Nigerian government sat. See, let me show you a video. Nigerian government sat, and all they can think of is to give Nigerian, what is it called? Niger money to tackle insecurity when we cannot sleep with our eyes closed. You will sleep in your house, even if it's cockroach that is passing outside. You will stand up and be tiptoeing, peep to know what's passing, because you are not safe. You are not safe. All our country can think of is to save 1.4 billion when we have a lot. Look, it's not today that we know there's a climate change, but is that look, our officers, custom, immigrations, police officers, soldiers that are on our borders, what are the measures you have put to empower these people at the borders to ensure that nothing, or even monitoring measures, because you don't know what they are doing there? What do you put in place to ensure that these people are doing their job? That foreigner doesn't troop in. What are they doing at the borders? What are these people doing at the borders? Then all Nigerian government can think of is to carry 1.4 billion. Watch this video.
Nigeria has had to support its neighbors, especially immediate neighbors, to enhance their capacity to secure their countries as it relates to us. This is not the first time that Nigeria has supported Niger, Cameroon, or Chad, and the president makes an assessment as to what is required based on the requests of their presidents, and such requests are approved and the interventions are provided, is to enhance their capacity to protect their own territory as it relates to security also to Nigeria.
Now don't hear her. She said it is not the first time that the Nigerian government is giving us support to the neighboring countries, Cameroon, Chad, and of course Niger. That Nigeria these people the president have taken an assessment. You know, yeah, an assessment to know what their needs are. Hey, Chineke. The needs of Nigerians, nobody have taken an assessment of what our problem is to be able to go straight to the point and hit the nail on the ball, so that we will sleep with our eyes closed. If you want to travel now, you start having BP. Neighboring countries that the president was able to access what their needs are. I don't know whether I hear this talk well. Hey, what their needs are, and then give them support in the exact area they want, so that they can secure their territory. So that they can secure their territory. Our people say charity begins at home. You never secure your own territory. Now, how are you sure that if those people finish securing at their own territory, the insecurity we are facing here will still trespass and enter their own territory? If you have not tackled the one here, how possible do you think that when they tackle their own, our own here will not go and affect them? Did you hear what she said? She said, it is not the first time Nigerian government is issuing out support to the neighboring countries. We are not disputing that. And it's the right thing to do. And of course, Nigeria is a giant of Africa, right? But our point is, you have a very insecure economy, a very insecure government, a very insecure country. Your country is on life support. On life support. One of my guys will say that those that will survive it after 2023, they need to be given certificate of survivor. On life support, all you could sit with the cabinet and think about is to support another country to secure their own territory. Now, who will offend? Now, who will offend? As in, who do we offend in this country called Nigeria? We're talking about ASU. Over how many months? Over 5 months. Students are at home. No money to return back to school. We are still talking about the money they wasted on election day. We are still talking about the 9 and the 8 billion naira that the accountant general looted. We are still talking about, in fact, let me bring up an issue. What happened to the Abacha looted money that was recovered? We talked about monies that they are recovering from countries, I think about 3 weeks ago. How do you uncover money and then you cover it? The Empower program they are claiming they're using this money to do, some Empower beneficiaries of last year, I think their payment stopped from April. From that time till today, they have not received payments. You get? So how then do you say the money that you recovered from Abacha, you are spending it on the poorest of the poor? While we are talking, we have a guest in the studio, and it's a usual face. I'm going to bring him up here. We are going to drive this course all together. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Chief Benjamin Owecho Obe. You've always been here and you are here again today. So you are welcome.
Thank you. Today you are wearing red shirt like my shirt. Why?
It's very coincident that we always put on this kind of thing. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So how are
It's a
you
pleasure
doing
being
today?
here. We thank God.
Yes.
We thank God. Yes.
You can read our screen here. We're talking about Nigerian government giving 1.4 billion to the Niger. We are saying that we are not actually against what Nigerian government did, but at the same time, when you have not secured your own territory, and I played a video of a clip from Channel Television when
Nigeria has had to support its neighbors, especially immediate neighbors, to enhance their capacity to secure their countries as it relates to us. This is not the first.
she's saying that Nigerian government sat together, come up with a decision of helping the neighboring countries. That this is not the first time that Nigerian government is supporting other countries like Chad, Cameroon, and Niger. But we are not against that. And of course, Nigeria is a giant of Africa. But what happened to our country? We cannot sleep with our eyes closed. And the one she said that touched me, she said that the president was able to do a need assessment to know exactly what their problem was, and then he give them this support based on their need. So my question now is, so the Nigerian government can actually assess the needs of the people and give them support in the area where they want, so that they can contain insecurity. Then why are we suffering from insecurity? If you have any idea about this, please talk to us.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I just want to say that Nigeria is on the life support
Yes.
properly.
Well, I agree with you.
The morality is gone. The morality is gone. The immediate need of your people is gone. You are in another abstract world. When somebody is in coma, the body is here, but his thinking is no longer here. So what is happening
Yes.
to Nigeria is that our leaders, they place us on either coma or life support. Their thinking is no longer here. They're in the abstract world. So they do things in the abstract world so that they can clap for them. If not, you have a water that is not rich to use in cooking chicken. You are going to use it to cook cow. That is what we call professional misconduct. It's
Seriously.
professional misconduct. ASU is on strike for over 5 to 6 months.
Yes.
And all their children are schooling abroad, so they don't bloody care about it. Or some of their children are in private schools, so they don't bloody care about it. This money, if it's plugged into Nigerian problem, as to look, this is what we have. You add all this money. They say there's no money. Where did this money emanated from? Even if you say it's a
That's my
bachelor,
question. Yes.
this one is not a bachelor. Me, I am even suspecting that they should probe more because that money looks like a gameplay. We have insecurity everywhere. The soldiers are not being taken care of. We don't have enough equipment. They don't have enough facility to fight the war. And then you are sending this kind of money to another country. Nobody's
Yeah.
against supporting another country. It's been done, yes. Even we draw lights to Benin Republic and others when we don't have lights. They have 24-hour supply of light. We draw to some part of Cameroon from Nigeria. They have 24-hour suppliers, and we have a 3-hour supply in Nigeria. This is what we are doing. We are good neighbors. But it's quite
Yes.
unfortunate that I believe that the leadership is insensitive to the plight and situation of the people in Nigeria. Rather, they want to
Yeah.
do braggadocio to go and show up in other place. And it's
So are you there?
and then bring need
Hello?
to come out of the coma. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
they need to come out of this coma or this life support,
Yes.
and then so that they can do some things that is within the range. I don't know. I don't know who is talking to them. These things, when we tell ourselves the truth, Nigeria will be better. You say anything, they start looking for people, start attacking people, start arresting them. Why do you have to say this? Why do you have to say that? For God's sake, this money is all our money. We all pay tax directly or indirectly. So
Yeah.
if you are cooking for a blind man, you have to whistle. This money is our money.
Exactly.
It's not President Buhari's money. It's not any individual's money. It's our money. It's taxpayers' money. So it has become so embarrassing that they look at it as if they are doing us favor when they pay people salary. They look at it as if they are doing people favor when they construct roads. No, it is wrong. Where we have slumped into. It's quite unfortunate. There are some leaders who will talk. There are some people who will not talk. Some already they are already dumb and deaf
Yes.
because they're also part of the system. You can't tell me this 1.4 billion that has gone to Niger. There are some people that will not lick hands from it. They will not talk. They will
Yes.
have to stay. So the issue that what is happening in Nigeria, we cannot continue acting film. This is film trick.
Yes.
There are a lot of films being acted in Nigeria right now, and the actors are there. We know them. So if they want
Exactly.
to act, they should go and act Nigerian movie and tell us. But what is happening is quite unfortunate. We are living in
So are you there?
We are not looking at the big log on our eyes. So Nigerians are supposed to say their mind and condemn continue like this. We need to take our Nigeria back. We need to take it back to the days of when Nigeria would be good, that everybody will have a safe place. My sister, you can see before we can, you in the night, sometimes we do a journey from Abuja to Makodi and everywhere. But now you can't do it. You can't do it. Those
You
days
can't.
in other countries, it was difficult, but because they decided to develop themselves, they can do it. They say
Yes.
there's no money. Look at the way people are suffering on the streets. On the street, people are suffering. And every day they come to polish the situation. If you go to some of the states, it's even worse.
Yes.
Some of the states are almost packing up.
Yes.
We're only seeing film tricks being happening in the states. Let me use Benue State, my state, as example. Pensioners have not been paid. Those ones they are referred to as dead people. One day we'll all retire. We'll all
Exactly.
be in the position. There should be our cries. But I know it's not too late. There are aspects that is good, but that aspect that you are good cannot be that you are bad cannot be overshadowed the good aspect. I believe that the people around them they are not telling them the truth. Whoever has advised Buhari to go and give this 1.4 billion to Niger, that person is an enemy to this country.
Exactly.
It should be
Exactly my
declared
point.
personal non grata because Buhari on his own cannot go and take this money and give to them now. There are
No.
processes.
Yes.
Everybody they had a what's it called? The meeting. So which governor would say is not involved? Which governor objected to that when they had the joint meeting or whatever they used to have, the Wednesday or
Yes.
Thursday meeting? So let's not hang it the medal on Buhari. What did they say about the issue? It is completely wrong. So no
Yes.
governor should come and claim saint. No minister should come and claim saint that will clap for them. They have all failed us. They have failed us. They say we are
Yes.
leaders of tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We are already heading towards next week, not even next tomorrow. We're heading towards
Yes.
next week. And we are not seeing the issues yet. So everybody in the system, they are rotten. They are the problem we are having. Because as this
Exactly.
money is going out, they will pinch the money. So let's tell ourselves the bitter truth and see how Nigeria will move forward. So people must come out to speak. People must condemn some of this criminal act. So we hang
Exactly.
it, we say Buhari, Buhari, Buhari. Yes, Buhari is the head. When the head is rotting, every other part of the body becomes malnourished. So it's a bad situation. We need to condemn
Yeah.
it in totality. I never, in my life, I will not be against supporting another country. But the timing is completely ugly. Not wrong, it's ugly. The
Thank
timing
you.
is ugly. This money that is going out will do a lot within Nigeria. They too, they should have their own internally generated revenue. So something is playing game there. There's a game in this money. The
Exactly.
Senate and the House of Rep came out with one issue that they are going to probe. They want to impeach Buhari. They want to do that. You don't need to come on air to start making that kind of noise. You know the
Yes.
procedure. You know the process. You don't need to come and add fin and walk out in the National Assembly or whatever. You know you have the power. So why were you elected there? Since then, that they walk out, their mouth never closed. So what are we
Exactly.
saying? They are all film actors. I call
Exactly.
this kind of film, I call this kind of film the destruction of Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate you. You are always on point here. We are, Chief Ebo just said he's not against Nigeria giving out this money, but it's untimely. It is not correct when you cannot set your house well and then you want to use he said you want to use the water that you want supposed to boil a chicken. A small water I'm supposed to use, you want to use and boil a cow. How possible can that be? And whosoever advised Buhari to give out this money is an enemy of this country. Chief Ebo, God will bless you.
Thank you very much.
God will bless you. Please,
Thank you.
because we don't have a lot of time, I want to digress into something. But we will start this topic and finish it next week. There was a
Okay.
statement that was made from Nigerian government that we are going to start paying tax indirectly. Both the data we buy, the recharge cards we buy. Now, before I will know, my data is not getting up to what I subscribe a data of 30 gigabytes. I was supposed to use it for 2 months. 30 gigabytes. I was supposed to use it for 2 months. This data do not get me 4 months and 4 weeks. But this is the same data I used to buy 12 gigabytes, and I will use it for a month and 2 weeks because I will roll over the remaining one. People may say because I'm overusing the data. No, I'm not overusing the data. All these Facebook clips, I watch only those that I watch, and I'm even timing the way I watch my videos and the kind of live shows I used to have. And then I calculate what I'm using now with what I used before. If I buy 15 gigabyte now, it doesn't take me 2 weeks. If I buy 1.5 gigabyte, it doesn't take me 2 days. So it's approximately, it's like we are paying this tax indirectly the way they mention it. We are buying data and we are not seeing what we are buying. Please, I may not want us to talk about this. Let's talk about this next week while we prepare for it. But
about that is that.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I think what I have to say about that is that in Nigeria, we have entered one chance.
Seriously.
We have entered one chance, real one chance.
Big one.
Why is it electricity tariff that have been smuggled in? You buy light now before you know it's gone. And then they are conniving with those systems. We have some criminal elements. We have some criminal elements who want to milk us by force, who want to destroy the future of this country, who give them the way, how they go and link up with all this network to come and consume us. The owner of Glo is Adenuga. The owner of the partnership in MTN is this and that. They all have shares in all these things.
Yes.
So how are we going to survive? It's a teamwork. It's an organized crime.
Yes.
Look at what's happening about the fuel. We don't have fuel in Nigeria. It's unfortunate. When this leadership came, they promised that they were going to like bring up our refineries. But I think by now we're seeing the refineries. Now one chance we enter.
Now one chance.
The earlier we wake up, the better. It's unfortunate. Let me be very sincere. Some of us supported a change.
Yes.
But this change we supported did not change us. It's quite unfortunate. We are in one chance in Nigeria. My sister, as you are walking, sometimes the air you breathe now, they will tax it. If you laugh too much, they will tax it.
Exactly.
If you are not sitting well, they will tax it. Or if you are sitting well, they will tax it. Because they are looking for money all over the place to do elections. They are looking for money. They have hoarded this money. It's not that this money is not there. Go to their account, their houses, they have this money. They want to use this money to buy up people during the election, pay people. You see election that is happening. How can somebody spend 10,000, 15,000 per person in the polling unit? Multiply it by 100 people. You're already talking in millions. Multiply by 1,000 people, 10,000 to 300 and something thousand. Are they magicians? How are they getting the money? Their salaries for 100 years cannot give them that kind of money. Even their investment for 200 or 2,000 years cannot give them that investment. So where is this money? We had the election in Ekiti. We know how much went in from both PDP and APC. We had the election in Oshun. We know how much went in, what they were given out. And it's unfortunate we are still yet to wake up. Until we decide to shun money politics, we will not grow in Nigeria. They will bring this money, they make it so juicy. They bring it, you think that's the money that it will solve only your beer for that day or your mineral for that day. So we must stand against money politics. We must refuse to say, look, this money,
Hello.
we are not taking it. Let's bring the right candidate. When you bring the right candidate, you have a voice to talk. Not people who are planning to be there to enrich themselves. That's the issue. So I think the money is somewhere. We are in one chance.
Exactly. I agree with you.
We need to shun money politics. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You are always on point. We are in one chance. We're in one chance, and the earlier we wake up, the better for us. The earlier we wake up, the better. I would want to advise Nigerians, let us kill the spirit of silence. It is the silence that is killing us collectively. Okay, now, even banks, you will say your account has been credited with 2,000. The balance is 1,900. The balance is 9,100 naira. Your account has been credited with 2,000. Your balance is 9,700 or 800. Anyway, that is a case for another day. Always tune up here to watch all our programs known as Know Your Budget every Monday, 3 p.m. Nigerian time. And it's my humble self, Faith Yasa, with my guest, Chief Obe, which is saying goodbye for today and have a fruitful week ahead of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.